Hi, thanks for being here. If you're interested in the Instant Pot and you don't know much about it, you may want to watch this video. If you're not interested in the Instant Pot, I'll say that a few times quick, then turn off this video because it's not going to be interesting. Yes, I just checked my email receipts and it seems that on June 20th of 2016, that's when I got my Instant Pot. So I've had it for a year and a half now. So I think I will be qualified to talk to you about this kitchen appliance and why you may want one. Now, I had never had any experience with pressure cookers before, neither the electric kind nor the one that you put on the stove. And if you don't know what a pressure cooker is, then look it up. Actually, no, don't. It's fine. It's a pressure cooker cooks stuff under pressure, and it cooks it faster. My mom had a stovetop pressure cooker, and she used to make it. She used to make stews with it. She used to cook potatoes with it because it would be much faster than on the regular stovetop. But there was, I remember it was big business. You got to put the lid on and you got to vent it, and you put it in the sink and vent it, throwing cold water on the top, and it's just a mess. And then when I came to Canada in 1999, everybody seemed to have crock pots, so I got myself a crock pot. I'd never heard of a crock pot before. First thing for me. So I got a crock pot and I did use it a few times. I made one particular thing I made with it was arroz con pollo, which is basically a chicken, cooking a chicken in there, chicken thighs with some spices and chili, and it's supposed to be like Spanish or Mexican, I don't know. And the proper pronunciation is arroz con pollo, not polo, but polo is Italian, but never mind. And the other one was pulled pork. But in order to make something in this crock pot, you have to either prepare it before you go to work in the morning, so then it's ready when you come home, or you do it on the weekend. And I don't have time to prepare things in the morning for dinner after. Like, that's why I didn't do much with the crock pot, because it was like I'm not organized enough for this. I don't have time in the mornings to chop vegetables, and even if I chopped vegetables the day before, then I still have to assemble it all because you can't have it sitting. Anyway, it wasn't for me. I tried, but it wasn't for me. So I was very intrigued when I read an article on, I think it was the kitchen. I think the kitchen. It's a blog without the E. Kitchen without the E. Look it up. It's great. That talked about this new appliance that was a pressure cooker, like you know from your grandma, but without stovetop. You plug it in, and apparently it doesn't use a lot of electricity, which also intrigued me. And I bought it in summer. I bought it in June because it was a heat wave, and I just did not want to turn on the oven or stove or anything like that. I wanted. So the first time I tried it, I put water in it and put it to boil and ran out the house because I didn't want to explode. I thought, oh my God, I probably didn't close it properly. It's going to explode. It's going to blow my kitchen up, but nothing happened. And after that first water test that everybody's supposed to do actually, but a lot of people don't, but whatever, doesn't matter. I was more confident. And I have since discovered that Instant Pot is pretty much replacing the crock pot, the rice cooker, and my bread maker. Well, my bread maker, because I make pizza dough in my bread maker more than anything else, and the Instant Pot can proof bread because it has a setting that keeps the temperature at a certain point, and it's perfect. It's a perfect environment to proof yeast dough. So why do you need an Instant Pot? Well, the Instant Pot, what it does for me is it cooks everything faster. It cooks everything without heating up the house. You can do soups with it. I have wonderful vegetarian soups. You can make beef stew with it in a fraction of the time. You can make pasta sauce with it. You can make noodle dishes. Yes, noodle dishes with it. You can cook hard-boiled eggs that peel easily. It's one of those miracles that you don't know what you did without it for so long. I had an egg cooker before. Yeah, another appliance. I don't need anymore. Egg cooker. You can melt chocolate in it without the water bath, because you can just set it on a setting like a key blow setting, and it's just a perfect temperature to melt the chocolate without shocking it. You can make cheesecake with it. I personally don't do cheesecake in the pressure cooker because I like my cheesecake baked in the oven with flour, and a different recipe. But you can make the American cheesecake with it, and apparently it's really good. You can make yogurt with it. I haven't done that yet, but I made quark with it. Quark is a European soft cheese, a German soft cheese. It's similar to ricotta or sour cream, but it's much more mild than sour cream, and it's not as grainy as ricotta. It's just something that it works. Pulled pork, carnitas, soups, like any kind of soup that you can possibly imagine. Chili, stews. I already said that. I'm repeating myself. Here's the thing. The Instant Pot is being used in my house at least 3 times a week. I want to say 3 times a week. Sometimes more. It doesn't replace everything. You cannot make a nice chicken breast sauteed and you can't. Well, you could, but only on the saute setting. That means you have to leave the pot open. But it's not replacing a cast iron frying pan. You cannot make al dente pasta. You cannot boil pasta al dente like it needs to be when you want an Italian pasta dish. You can make the sauce in it and then cook the pasta separately on the stove in a water-filled pot. Salt water. Do not forget the salt. And it cannot replace the oven, especially a convection oven. I love my convection oven to crisp things up. Like, let's say you make your carnitas in the pressure cooker, and then you spread them out on a baking sheet and you crisp them up in the oven under the broiler. You can do broiler. So these kind of things you can't replace with it. But for your classical casserole dishes, for your classical soups, stews, pasta dishes that are not Italian, like your macaroni and cheese, it's fantastic. It's really good. So have a look at this pot. Like I said, I've used it for a year and a half now. I didn't know that I was another one of those pioneers, but I thought I was late to the party, but apparently I'm not. Have a look at it, look it up. There's Facebook groups that you can join that have tons of recipes. There are places all over the internet with people that cook with the stuff exclusively. There are sites that have all kinds of recipes, desserts, rice puddings, flans, bread puddings, like literally anything that you can think of. You can throw in this thing and it does it for you. I mean, does it for you is a little exaggerated, but it's a good device. So I'm not gonna bring it here to show you because it's big, and I guess I could. I'll bring it. Give me a sec. Okay, you wanted to see it. Okay. Here it is. Okay, my head size for comparison. It's big. This is the 6, 8, 6. I don't have a clue. It's big. If you can get it on sale, get it on sale. If you can't get it on sale, get it anyway. Canadian company, made in China. It works. So yeah, I thought, why not talk about it? I have extensive knowledge about it. I can review it. Don't use it to crisp up meat. Don't use it for French fries. You could probably fry in hot oil in it. You could probably... Don't use it to boil pasta with it. Unless you want to boil it in the sauce and you don't care if it's not al dente. But do everything else with it. It will replace the egg cooker, the slow cooker, the crock pot, the rice cooker, and for me, the bread machine. So yeah, here's my highly non-scientific review of this machine. Check it out. I think it's on Amazon. You can probably find it at other stores as well. And let me know what your experiences are with it. I would love to hear that. So yeah, if you haven't heard about the Instant Pot yet, you better wake up and smell the stew, because that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go make dinner for my family, and it happens to be stew. It takes about half an hour. And thanks for watching, and I hope I see you again on my next video. Tschüss!
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.